Hello, welcome to the practical Python training. So today we'll go to our second case, which is a government expenditure on education is percentage of GDP from 2013 to 2018. The objective of this case study is to find the GDP-based ranking of each country by year, and a global ranking taking into account all the years. So the data we are going to use is this data that we provide the source where we download it is open source data, mean that anyone can download it online. So in this case study, what you are going to learn, you will learn how to read the CSV data using our library, using Panda library. You'll also learn how to select specific columns for the analysis, because sometimes you have a data and you want to select some specific columns for your analysis. You also learn how to look for missing values in your column, like how to look columns that have some missing values, and also how to drop rows with missing value. In our first case study, we have explained what is rows with missing value, like rows with non-value. So we also try to see how to find some statistical information, for example, the count, the mean, the SDV, which is standard deviation, and the minimum or maximum of the data for the column. And you learn also how to select a subset of rows from your data. For instance, sometimes you need to select or you need to work only on a range of rows for your analyzing. So we learn how to choose those rows. You also learn how to select a specific column, like you want to focus on some specific columns and rows for your analysis. You have big data with many columns and rows, but you want to focus only on some range of columns and rows. You also learn how to filter your data. For instance, you want to analyze only data that is equal to a specific value. For example, you can say you want to select only the values greater than or less than some specific value, for example less than 5. Also learn how to sort the data in order to order them in descending or ascending order. And you also learn how to group your data. For example, you want to classify your data based on some criteria. Also how to rearrange your data. For instance, here we can have you can say, okay, my index data, this means the rows will come the column, and which column will come value, and or which value will come column, something like that. And finally we will answer to our question, that is our objective, to rank the data set, to rank the GDP values for the country, a global ranking and a ranking per year. So let's start our practical training. So the first thing, we need to open our Jupyter. So just write here Jupyter, you find it, or you can also write Anaconda to open Anaconda, then run your Jupyter. You can also run from Anaconda Navigator. So you have already opened it. When you open it, you'll have your file, your welcome page like this in this link. So the first thing, to save all the project or all the case study, you need to create a new folder. Say new let me zoom it in bit. So now is more, I think is okay now. You go to folder, you get a folder. It will be like, it will be somewhere. What is the folder name? And you will rename it. Me, I have already created. Let's find, okay, here. You select one and you go to rename it. Rename. You give, for example, practical, for example, practical, or learn Python by case study. Learn Python by case studies. Okay, and then you go to your folder, learn Python. Where is it? Is it here? You open it. Now you go to upload your data for analyze your data you want to analyze. So this I have give the link. This is a link of the data, so just copy it, then you pass it through internet. So this the website from which we collect the data. So this is the data we use. Just come here and go to, you export it as CSV file. So you have already did it. When after download it, you go to upload. For instance, here I have it somewhere. Let's try with. Oh, I have it. So anyway, let's see where I download. Okay, is here. Select it. After select, you upload here. You say upload, and now it's in your learn Python by case study. Then now you can start creating new Python to start doing the test, the analysis. Then you give it, for example, the new file you create, you can give it name. So for instance, now you see, you can see, let's see our test, hello, print hello. Okay, it's okay. So for us, you have already organized it for you. So this is the case test 2. Like what I say, the data is open source data. So what you want to learn from here, you see, this is the link data. This is the objective. You want to find the GDP based ranking of each country per year and the global ranking taking into account all the years. So let's start reading our data. The first thing before reading the data is to import your data. Panda import Panda is PD. So, and after that, for instance, for now, let me remove this. You'll see why I'll use it. Data PD read CSV case 2 data. I just rename it this data. I just rename it to be easy to call. You can leave it like this, but you need to put exactly the same name. So I rename it easily so that it will be easy for me to call it. And now we call it. You see, okay, now let's print the data. So you see, when you print the data, you get the result like this. So to see what inside, this is the original CSV file. You see, like here, the colon, ID, indicator, location, country, like that. So this is the table. You can reduce so that you can see more. Okay, but you see we have a lot of columns. For now, you want to focus on some specific columns, because the study the objective is to rank the country GDP value per year. So we'll need the year, which is defined by time, the country, and the values. So to do that, we just need to use one function, that's mean use call, and this is the column you want to focus on. You say we want to focus on country, and which column again? Column time, and which column again? Time is mean years, for the years. Column years. So now when you run it, you see all the column will disappear, because you see we will focus on these 3 columns for our analysis, and you must give the same name. If the name is wrong, it will not work. So let's test it. When it's a run, use column country, time, year. Oh, I forgot something. Is the run is not, for example, is many. For example, because it's many, I need to put what I show you. You see what's the column here? It's because it's not only one column, so I need to open this, which how many columns I'm going to use here. Which column I say again? Okay, let's remove which column and column. Time, yes, time, and which column again? Value. Yes, I think it's value. The name is correct. Yes, yes, value and time. Value and time. What's happening again? Oh, it's many. This one. And you see now you got it. Yes, it's not that one. I make mistake putting leave it this one. So see, we say we want to focus on these 3 columns. So he give us 3 columns. You see, for example here you have many columns, but you focus on country, the country name, the year, and the time, because this is objective of the analysis. So you also see that in our first case, the first case, we say that some data you can collect. Sometimes you will find that you don't have information on data, and if there's no information, Python will consider it as non-value. You see, this is why we have none here, we have none here, we have none here. And by default, we didn't say head or title. The head function will give the first 5 rows, but since by default it's only data, it will print the first 5 rows and the last 5 rows. So for instance, we can say, okay, these we can say we want to consider some specific value in the table as non-value. For instance, I can say to my code, if you find consider Peru as a non-value, it's not a non-value, it's just a consider. So to do that, we can have say, okay, now values equal like this. It's equal Peru. Oh, Peru. What this is going to give us? What this will give us? He said that like here he'll put all Peru name is non-value. For what? For instance, you want to do the analyze focus on all country except Peru. So to remove these Peru rows, we can just say non-value Peru. So when you run it, you'll see all the Peru will be like a non-value. So let's see. You see the Peru first 01 Now it become now. It means that it considered Peru as non-valid. We can also do it for other name, or we can do it for a specific name. This is the most key. For instance, in your data, you can have some value is 0. You can say, okay, in my data set, for instance, here in the original data, I can say, okay, if you find 0 somewhere, consider it as, if you find 0 somewhere, consider it as non-value. If this value is 0, consider it as non-value. Or sometimes you can have like some character. You can say, okay, all this character, consider it as non-value for me. So it's like that. So for now, let's skip this just to explain you how to clean your data if you have some missing information. So for now let's show how to rename the some column. For instance, I want to say, okay, I want to rename this column, the column country. I want to rename it as, for instance, Python. So I just say here, for example, country okay, let's zoom it. Rename country for me is, for example, PP, and the rename, for instance, I can say time is example. So when you run, you will see it will, okay, let's run it to see. You see country is renamed as PP, time is renamed as What is important, sometimes you can find a long name or a name that you don't want from your collecting data or from your upload data. So to do this is simple. Just there's one keyword we learn from here, which is a rename, and we say to give the first 5 rows of the data. So this just to show how to rename the data as a column name. So okay, with this one you have already explained it. Like we use a specific column you want to print. This one you have already use a column name. It gives the name of the column that you want to use and noun value. For example, you can say I want to consider this one is a noun value. So you select this column, and now how to look for missing value in the data set. For instance, you can this is a function you want to use. What this mean? You say in the data, what if I say data is mean like CSV file, go to look for me all value that is null, like no value. For instance, let me show. For example, here, from here you will see this one, he will print it, but this one he will not print it. This one not print because there is value, is not non-value. This non-value, this non-value, this non-value, because there is no value. So this is what this function did. It's easy. So for the value, check for me if it is null or no. So when you run it, you see he select only non-value. All value he print are non-value. You see, are non-value. So just to see which value in which data we don't have information. So this simple function show us the data without any information, for missing information or non-value. So to drop it, you have already learned this function from the first case. We just apply to the data. We call it data2. This is why data2 drop now. So when you run it, you'll get only data. See, all these data have value, no non-value inside. So all this we do until now is just like a step of cleaning. Like we say, we are preparing our data before analyzing it or before answer to some question. So now, from now, we see we have cleaned the data. We don't have any missing value. We ignore those rows with non-value. So It's also important to see how to get like statistical information. There is a simple function in Python who help us to get those statistical information. Is this descript. For your data that you have finished cleaning, you just say, okay, let's apply this descript function, and the descript function will give us the count, the mean, the standard deviation, the mean, the max, and the 20% of the data. Of course, it apply only for values, not for country name. This is why it just print the value and the time. So you see a simple way to get those statistical information from your data. And also there is a way to get like a correlation value between your data. For instance, you want to see the correlation between the time and the value. Of course, from here we can even predict that there is no correlation. Why? Because you see, this time is 2013. This value is far from this value, so we can easily see that there is no correlation. Because if there is correlation, you must have a function like linear function. So like z equals to x, those kind of function. So you can even predict that from the correlation from this data. You will know that you must have a correlation coefficient equal to 0. So let's do it. So this is the function correlation. You say from my data I want the correlation, and which method I apply is a Pearson method, because there is other method for correlation. So we apply this method and we get this correlation. Of course, all element is correlated to each, like time is correlated to time, this show. But you see, from time to value you have 0 0, almost 0. So we can say that from the analysis that there is no correlation between time and value. Like what I say, we can predict it from even the table, and this is true because from here we can see that there is no correlation. From here it's clear that there is no correlation between the time and value, like what I did 2013, which is much higher than this value 1.3. So okay, this is just simple example to show if you want to print only the values from your data. So you say data, I want only this one you have learned from the first case. And also this one, we are going to say, okay, I want to see which value are null. You also explain this. We get all non-value. So now you see how to select a subset of row from dataset. For instance, I tell you sometimes you need to, for instance, we have this data, but we don't want to analyze. Let me close this. We don't want to analyze all our data. For instance, we want to analyze from line 20 to line 70, example. So how to only select this range of data for our analysis. This is the reason this is important. So for instance, if you want to do this, you say, okay, you want to select from 10 index to 54. Why? Because it will not take from 55. You'll get the length minus 1. This is why when we print it, we'll get it from 10 to 54. This range is also called slice of rows or range of rows. So it's when you print it, you get from 10, okay, to be clear, from 10 to 25, so that will be easy to understand. So you see from 10 to 25, he give from 10 to 24. Like what I say is the index is not include, index is exclude index. So we can also want to select specific rows and column, like what I tell you from our data. You can say, okay, you want to analyze from this by considering only time and value, or only country and time, something like that. So how to do it? We say, okay, data, this function log from 10 to 60, and you only focus on time and the values. So it will give us this, you see, the index 10, 60, and you consider only time value. So this also to select specific columns and row from your data set. So you can also try to filter our data, like what I tell you. For instance, you want to select only values greater than 2. For instance, you see here we have values 1, 1, 1. But when you say greater than 2, he will select specific values. So we say, okay, from our data, like what I explained in the first video, data like we are in the Excel file. Now from the Excel file, we want to focus on column values. And from the column values, you want to take only values greater than 2. So when you print it this one, you get like see this one is greater than 2 is true, this one greater than 2 is true, this one. So you can see only, like you can control the values you want for your analysis. Is also very important for data analysis. Sometimes you want to make some criteria. Okay, now let's sort our data. There is also a way to sort the data, is this by using this function sort values. And which value you want to sort is the values, not the time. For example, you can also sort by time. So you mean from 2013 to 2018, or from 2018 to 2013. But we want the values. In which order? Ascending first. I explain you when it's ascending first, you'll go from the highest to the lowest. But if you didn't say anything, by default, you'll go from the lowest to the highest. So for example, if we remove this one, by default he will give us order from the lowest to the highest. Let's test it. You see, from the lowest is going, because it's head this one. Let's move head so that you see the other value. You see, it's giving us from the lowest is going to the highest one. This because it's non-value, this is why. Okay, for instance, I can say head to see, just to show you that it's from the lowest. Okay, you see it's for me from 005, 005. This one higher than this one. This one is bigger than this one. This one. So, but we want from ascending order. So let's do. Okay, and this one explained in the first case. If you say in place, it means that he'll not keep in cache. If you say false, he will not. Let's show you. When you run it, see, he will not keep a copy. But when you put in true, he will keep it like in cache. But by default is false. So you don't want it in cache. So we run it from the highest, see, value to the lowest. So this, from here we learn this function short values. Which value are we going to short is values. Like what it can see also like time. I can also tell you like time. Yes, you see from time now from 1919, because 19 there is no value. This one is a non-value. This is what he give non-value. For example, if I take 10, 20, you see, from 19 to 18. So, but you want it in, sort it in the values. Okay. Now, let's group our data. This is how we are going to answer to the question. So, we group the data. To get by the mean. So we say, okay, now I just call it data group, data to country values. What? Group by country, and you apply the mean function. You are grouping the data by by country. So this is going to give the country. See, now when it's by country from A, B, C, D until Z, you see. Okay, so when you run it, you'll get this one. Where is it? Okay, because it's a head, he give only the first one. So now we need to do some important things, which is rearranging your data. Like what I tell you, you can specify which column you want to be indexed, or which column you want to be values, or which values you want to be indexed. So for to do this, we just say there is a function named pivot table. What this one? Okay, we call it new data because you are going to pivot it. We pivot the table, which data 2 that we get from here. When you pivot data 2, we say okay, the value will be in the value, like the value inside the table. Which will be indexed, the country will be indexed. It means like it will be the rows. And now which will be colon, the time will be colon. You see in the default one, you see here the time are in index form. But now you want to make time in colon form, like this time 2013, 2014, 2015, like that until 2019. So this how this pivot table works. So when you run this code, you see he pivot our table. Now the index is country. You see, country, and the colon is the time 2013, 2019, 2015 until 2018, and the value is the value. So what does it mean? This country from Benin in 2013, his GPD value is this one. Benin in 2014, his GPD value is this one. So now we have cleaned our data. So now we can go to the last question, which and the objective is to rank the data per year. To rank the data, since we have already cleaned our data and and rearrange it, we just need to call to remove, of course, first the noun value. So we say from this new data that you call it, don't forget, call it new data. We need to remove all noun values. So say from new data, and now you call it a new name. I gave a new name, that is data ranking. So Drobna clean for me all noun values, and now after cleaning, rank for me in which order? Ascending order. And which method? First method. What this first method mean? For instance, when I rank it, it will just give position rank according to the way the country name appear. For instance, you say this one appear, so his rank position is 33. Benin rank position is 19. But I can say another method, for example, dance method. He will order the country by the first position, second position until the last position. I mean from the top country according to GDP to the last country. But for here, I say first, he will just give a rank value according to the way the country appear in the table. So this why we use this method. So when you run it, will give the rank of the country. You see, now we rank the country per year. For instance, you can say in 2013, Andorra has Andorra has a ranking is ranking is the 13 country. It has 33 position. Benin is 19 position. Burundi is the first, is the top country who spend more money or like on education based on our data we collect online. So like that. Now we can also have global, this rank per year. This year, this is the rank of the country. This year, this is the rank of the country. In this year, this is the rank of the country. But you want to rank to know the rank of the country based on the global year, like all year. So to do this, we say okay, I call it total sum. The data we rank we call the function sum that we learned from the first case. Okay, we say you want to sum what you want to sum. The axis equal 1 is mean that the value, the column, not the index. When axis 0, you're going to sum according to the rows. But when axis equal to 1, it means that it's going to rank based on the column. For example, axis 1, so it's going to rank like this, summation this. You make all the sum, this plus this. Okay, this plus this plus this plus this plus this for this quantity. Meaning same thing, this plus this plus this plus this value from this quantity. But when you say axis 0, you do like this plus this plus this plus this, but you don't need this name, this is not valid. This is why you put axis 1, so that he will know that you go summation based on the column values, not based on the rows. So this is what axis equal 1 means. So, and after do the summation, now you want to rank in ascending order, and now it's a method dense, so that he will show from the top quantity to the last quantity. So we get the result. This is the quantity name. Burundi is the top one, Bhutan is the second one, until the last quantity, which is Andorra. So this is the last quantity. So you see, now we answer to our question. We rank the country GDP base. Let me remind you, the question is find the GDP base rank. Let me show you. Find the GDP base ranking of each country per year. You see, and a global ranking. This is a question. Only 2 questions, but from those 2 questions, from these 2 questions, we learn all this. So you see, we answer global ranking per year and a ranking per year and global ranking. So this the ranking per year and this is the global ranking. So based on this, you can say from the analysis, Burundi is the first country who spend more money in education. The GDP, like what education say, education, and this country is the last country who spend less money on education. So like in GDP. So it is interest. This not okay. We finish to answer to the question, but it's interest to also. It is important to also to plot this result, because usually in a thesis or in a paper you need to draw some graph. So for that, this is why you put it here. Import Matplotlib, the package. The package help us to plot data. So you can say, because this is a total sum we get from it, this data total sum, we want to plot you using which kind of lines? Bare lines, to be not like skeleton, or so you are going to bare line, and our graph there will be like blue color, and we give the title like this. So when you run it, you will get this, you see. So this what I put it in comment. Okay, in most programming this mean comment. So when you use the program read it, it will ignore this line. So this is good to like if I want to give a specific size for my graph. For example, you see this one is small, but when I say I want like the width 12 and the length 6, so you see it will be little big. Okay, and I can see like I want color green color. Okay, you see, so it give it like this, you see. And this, if I say for example I want to rank in a specific order, for example I want to find the data from the highest to the lowest, so it's important to put this in, because you're going to short now the result according to the highest to until the lowest. So when you run it, you see. Also You want to, for instance, sometime when you get the result, you don't even to select it or to try to copy the image, the graph. This save fig will help us to save our figure, and we'll give it name. For example, it's a total value quantity png, and this is the data per inch, like the size you want to print. So when you do this, you and run, it will automatically save it in your programming folder. For instance, when I go to my programming folder, you'll see this is the name I give to the one I'm running for SKC. This is the image, so you can just upload it from download and or put it from in your Word file or somewhere. So that is all for today. Thank you for watching our Python training. See you next time.